Andrew Cuomo, did you guys see what Andrew Cuomo said to Bill Maher?
Yeah.
Rob, you want to play that clip with Andrew Cuomo and Bill Maher? They're going back and forth, and Andrew Cuomo talks about one of the biggest mistakes they made in New York with the hush money. Watch this here. Go for it.
The trial in New York, the one he got convicted for, was the greatest fundraising bonanza ever. He was lagging behind Biden, and now he's pulled quite a bit ahead. That trial was the greatest reason people had to send their checks for $5, $10, $25, whatever dollars to Donald Trump. So I was always with you on the one in New York, the hush money trial. I don't think they should have brought that one. It was just always going to look like a sex case, and people were always just going to look at it that way. So anyway.
That case, the Attorney General's case in New York, frankly, should have never been brought. And if his name was not Donald Trump, and if he wasn't running for president, I'm the former AG in New York, I'm telling you that case would have never been brought. And that's what is offensive to people. And it should be, because if there's anything left, it's belief in the justice system.
And by the way, that is why I don't believe the convicted felon thing every time Biden says on June 27th is going to work. I actually think it's going to backfire on them. I'm telling you, I want Biden to say all that stuff. I want Biden to say, look at you, bankruptcy this, convicted felon this, convicted felon that. I want him to say that. You know how much ammunition Trump has to come back to that? Do you know if there's anybody you want to debate that you have public dirt on that you can go up against? There isn't anybody easier to go up against ever, maybe, than Joe Biden. Maybe there's only one other person ahead of him. Maybe only one other person. That's Hillary Clinton.
Oh, yeah, big time.
Because Hillary Clinton, not only did you have dirt on her, but you had dirt on him. What can you say about Jill Biden?
Oh, my God, so much.
Joe?
What?
Well, about Joe Biden?
Jill.
Oh, Jill Biden.
She's not a real doctor.
Not much.
But you don't have.
Yeah.
Because Hillary, you could go Bill.
Big time.
With Joe, its own. So I would put the GOAT of easy to debate as Hillary Clinton.
Big time. Yeah.
But I would put Joe Biden right behind Hillary Clinton.
I think
he's got so much dirt to go up against.
Biden is going to bring up the criminal side of things, and Trump is going to be like, "Well, look at your son Hunter.
I'm looking forward to
crackhead.
it.
That's going to happen."
Yeah.
Biden right now is taking a week off to prepare for the debate. It's almost like he's Rocky training in the snow to fight Ivan Drago, just doing like the workouts, getting it in, running, falling off bikes, doing what he do best. But Biden is taking an entire week to prepare for Trump. How much do you think Trump is preparing for Biden? On this episode, it's who has more credibility in this specific instance than Andrew Cuomo, the former governor and former attorney general of New York, basically saying, yeah, I think it's BS that they brought this case against Trump. It's interesting here. If you have in 2020, potential leading candidate to run for president in 2024, Cuomo, we know what happened with him, sort of defending Trump. And then you have Adam Kinzinger, Republican, part of the Never Trump camp, slamming Trump every case he gets. It's sort of indicative of where politics is these days. You have a Republican slamming Trump, a rhino, Republican in name only, and a former Democratic governor who was ousted by the left party that's sort of defending Trump. Politics is a weird game at this point.
Tom.
Yeah, I have a lot of respect for Andrew Cuomo in that interview. A lot of respect. He pointed out that he was a former AG. So he wasn't just speculating. This man had sat in the chair. He was the AG. And he said, look, if his name wasn't Donald Trump and he wasn't running for office, and therefore this was an opposition tactic, this case wouldn't have been brought and never should have been brought. And I got a lot of respect for him for just laying it very clear on the line. Even though it was Bill Maher that spoke up and said, hey, we've talked or we've communicated in some form. We both felt this way. It was a fundraising bonanza. You notice Cuomo didn't talk about that. Cuomo went straight to, man, I was AG. This shouldn't have been brought.
Yeah, and by the way, that is why the left destroyed him, because he would have been the 2020 presidential nominee ahead of Biden. But there's no way that we're going to let this guy go. He would have had legs to be potentially the president of the United States of America. Mm-hmm. This guy could have been the president. But Schumer, Pelosi, Biden, Hillary hated this guy because he couldn't be controlled. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not sitting here telling you he's this libertarian, center, right, conservative. He's not. He is still part of the Democratic Party himself, and he still is his father's son, Mario Cuomo legacy, but it's not the Democratic left that we have today. It's more of the John F. Kennedy, family back in the days, his father. That's a very different kind of political party than what we have today on the left.
He would never be my candidate, but I can objectively say that the Democrat machine screwed him in his career.
Yeah, I don't disagree, Tom. I don't want to upset you. I don't disagree with that because I know sometimes you're temperamental. Anyways, gang, this is why I love America. I'm America first. My team, my jersey is America. That's what I wear. Yesterday when I went to the game, Florida Panthers against the Edmonton Oilers, you know what hat I was wearing? I was wearing a Valuetainment hat. You know how many Valuetainers I saw yesterday? I couldn't even tell you. Left and right, we were having conversations with everybody because I'm convinced future looks bright. And 4th of July is around the corner. We told you guys we had a complete new merch drop, but I'm going to show, if you're looking at the, Rob, can you actually go to the store so I can tell them what's sold out and what's few items are still left or not? If you just go to vtmerch.com and go to the 4th of July right there, if you can click on that. Okay, so let's go through it. The USA hat is officially sold out. There's no more. That went in no time. The one to the left of Valuetainment, there's 37 of those to the left of that right there. There's 14 of the trucker one, whatever you want to call that, right there. There's a few shirts left. There's a few sweaters left as well. And then if you go onto homepage, there's a blowout sale of 50% that we're running for 4th of July. But here's what you got to keep in mind. If you stay at the top, Rob, the slides will switch. Here's what we're doing. This blowout sale of 50%, it's get it now before things are going to be fully sold out on 4th of July because it's still there. So my suggestion, go to vtmerch.com, place your order, have the gear ready for 4th of July, then tag us, hashtag VTMerch. I want to start showing our folks around the world, Valuetainers, wearing VT gear with VT hats. Future looks bright, and I want everybody to start finding each other. This contest we ran with the Manek people that were in town Friday, and we had dinner at Casa D'Angelo, and then we had cigars till midnight. It was so awesome talking to other Valuetainers who also love America. So, blowout sale, VT merch. Here's the QR code. Go to it. 50% off. This is a 4th of July sale. Again, all this stuff is going to sell out one by one by one. I'm just telling you in advance because you're going to see this on 4th of July. That's the QR code. Or go to vtmerch.com. Get the gear. Sport the gear. Celebrate 4th of July. Celebrate the greatest country in the world. And have the pride when you go around to other people because that's what Valuetainers do. We're going to put the link below as well. But there's also the QR code.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.